Let's make a bench out of pallet wood, because why not? All right, back to another pallet wood design using Fusion 360 due to popular demand based on the fact that prices of material is going up seemingly 10% every other week. So pallet wood projects are becoming quite popular, a lot more so than they already were. But anyway, another idea is a bench you can make for outside in your garden, your backyard, front yard. And this is a small and easy project to do. And I'm showing you now how I would design something along those lines. And what I'm doing here is building the sketch from the top of the bench looking down. And I am using dimensions from a 2x4, which typically you're going to have that type of dimension in a pallet wood for the supports. For the most part, so I figured you could salvage that from the pallets as well, or if you have 2x4s laying around. God knows they're too expensive right now to go out and buy, but anyway, for the legs, I am going to recommend, and the supports that is, using 2x material. That being said, you will see here, I will be using the mirror function in Fusion 360 to quickly make these legs and get going on the top slats for the seat. All right, we are using the clipping tool here in Fusion 360 to clean up some of these lines. You don't necessarily have to do this. Sometimes I just like to go back and do this to clean up the project. The construction lines, for sure, do not ever need to be deleted. And really any of the lines, as long as you don't extrude the objects and make them components. Now the center piece there is going to be the support underneath the bench, which you will see in a later video, or a later part of the video, because that's done a little different. I need to extend that all the way up to the top. So I need the extrusion done before I do that. So that's what you'll see towards the end of the video. It's a little bit different way of extruding on that one. So stick around for that. That's a helpful tip. Nothing crazy here, just adding 4 sides for the supports, and then I'll do, like I said, the centerpiece. And I will be pocket screwing this project together because I don't see the need to do any kind of miter joints or anything, dovetail or anything fancy here. I think this is totally sufficient of a project to use pocket screws for, so that's why you're not seeing any kind of attaching here on this. But that'll all be described when I print out the PDF at the end for myself or a client to use to build their own. That will be one of the notes on that, which is nice that you can add stuff like that. So I will do that middle piece last. Like I said, it's in blue, and right now I'm just trying to get the seat slats drawn up. And as you can see, I need to go to hit the letter P to get the projection of the lines up on the bottom sketch so that I can grab them when I'm trying to click on them. Otherwise, you cannot click on existing sketches unless you either go back to the sketch in Fusion 360 in the history timeline at the bottom, or you just project them up to where you need them. So that is what I'm doing there when I can't touch some of these. Obviously, you can use different dimensions here for the seats, whatever your pallets come in as, and you can table saw them down to the size that you prefer. I think the shorter they are, the better it looks on something like this. And I kind of wanted to do something different on this, which you'll see. I'm doing a rectangle pattern, which I typically do in my videos, to duplicate these, but I leave enough space, the thickness of the actual seat slats, so that I can have a different color in every other one. But I had forgotten that I think at some point Fusion 360 maybe updated it, because I remember, I think that you when you used to color one of the components in a pattern, they would all change colors with it. But it ended up not being like that anymore. I seem to think that that's how it used to be, so I did it like I've always done it, which is just do 2 sets of pattern seat slats, as you'll see here in a minute, which is the reason I did that, in case you're wondering. Not necessary anymore. I guess Fusion 360 allows you to individually color each component as you feel. So that was a little exercise of nothing, but I will say this, though. The way I did it, which you'll see in a minute, is I left enough space for the next set of slats to fit in between, and you'll want to actually add a variance there, which I didn't do, because obviously you can't fit the exact size into the next in between these. It'll just be a disaster for yourself. So you do want to leave a little bit of a variance on both sides there to allow for the next one to be put in. Of course, when you're building this in the field, if you're doing every other color or something along those lines, you're going to be putting them in order anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. But if you want to be anal about it, you definitely want to leave a variance on Fusion 360. All right, here's what I was talking about, just adding these in. Again, this is not necessary anymore in Fusion 360. You can just individually color each one as you please. So that's pretty much it on this project. Now you'll see me go to the fun part at the end and get the finished project, the look for the rendering, and add some color to it. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more.